Storytime is brought to you by the parents and kids of Aretas Cross Freedom School, founded by Reverend Dr. Heber Brown III. It's recorded in Baltimore, Maryland in the year 2020 and was inspired by LeVar Burton's Reading Rainbow.
Yo, what's good? It's Storytime, Dr. Conway. A reading show that takes you on an odyssey. School is out, it's best that you probably get your boredom, suppress it, your personal professor. Get together, be ready for whatever. Books and treasure from B-Mall to bless ya. It's story time!
Welcome to Storytime with Dr. Connolly, your personal professor. Today we are going to talk about wisdom and what the difference is between being wise and just being able to be clever. Today's story brings us to West Africa and an African folktale with a character named Zomo. Zomo the Rabbit has the ability to cause a great deal of mischief and get himself out of some impossible situations. But he's also looking for something more, something deeper. And it makes one wonder, what kinds of things would you really try to do the impossible to achieve or to become? Let's take a listen. Zomo the Rabbit, a trickster tale from West Africa, told and illustrated by Gerald McDermott. Zomo the Rabbit. He is not big, he is not strong, but he is very clever. Time was Zomo wanted more than cleverness. He wanted wisdom. He went to Sky God and asked for it. Zomo, it is not so simple, said Sky God. To get wisdom, you must earn it. How? Asked Zomo. You must do 3 impossible things, answered Sky God. First, bring me the scales of big fish in the sea. Second, bring me the milk of wild cow. Third, bring me the tooth of leopard. I will try, said Zomo. Zomo went to the edge of the sea. He began to play his drum. He played so loud, his drum beats went down to the bottom of the sea. Deep below, big fish heard the music of the drum. Big fish came out of the water. He danced on the sand. Faster and faster, Zomo beat his drum. Faster and faster, Big Fish danced. Big Fish danced so fast, his scales fell off. Big Fish was naked. Splash! He jumped back into the sea. Quickly, Zomo scooped up the scales in his hat and hopped into the forest. In the forest, Zomo climbed a palm tree. He looked all around. Then he saw Wild Cow. Ha! laughed Zomo. You are not so big. You are not strong. Who is laughing at me? Asked Wild Cow. It is me, said Zomo. I say you are not even strong enough to knock down this little tree. Wild Cow got angry. She ran at the tree to knock it down. Thump. She hit that tree, but the palm tree was soft. Her horns got stuck. Quickly, Zomo slid down the tree. He turned his drum upside down and filled it with milk. By the time Wild Cow got unstuck, Zomo was far away. Zomo took the path to the top of a high hill. It was the hill where Leopard walked every day. Zomo tipped his hat and sprinkled a few fish scales on the path. Zomo tipped his drum and spilled a few drops of milk on the path. Then, Zomo went to the bottom of the hill. He hid behind a rock. Soon, Leopard came walking over the hill. He slipped on the slippery scales and the milk. He rolled down the hill. Bump! Leopard hit the rock. His tooth popped out. Up jumped Zomo. He caught that tooth quickly. He hopped away. Zomo took the scales of big fish, the milk of Wild Cow, and the tooth of Leopard to Sky God. Sky God smiled upon Zomo. "You are clever enough to do the impossible," he said. "Now I will give you wisdom." Sky God spoke. Zomo listened. "3 things in this world are worth having: courage, good sense, and caution," said Sky God. "Little Rabbit, you have lots of courage, a bit of sense, but no caution. So next time you see big fish, or wild cow, or leopard, better run fast." Zomo is not big. Zomo is not strong. But now Zomo has wisdom. And he is very, very fast. The end.
Yo, what's good? It's StoryTime, Dr. Conway. Hi, my name is Clark Conway, and as you may know, I am here to ask you a few questions about Zomo the Rabbit. Was there a time when you ever tricked somebody? I once tricked my mom with a fake bug I brought home from school. It really scared her, but unlike Zomo, I did not have to run away in the end. The other question I was going to ask you was, is there a time when you had to work extra hard to get something you did not have before? One time, it was a school night and I wanted to watch a movie. But in order to do that, I had to do a bunch of extra chores. Thank you, and thanks for watching.
Oh snap! More talking animals!
One can find animal tricksters among every folk and indigenous culture in the world. You remember Djibouti the tortoise, but what about Raven from among the Tlingit people of present-day Alaska? Anansi the spider? His stories crossed from West Africa to the Caribbean. Some say the same is true of Brer Rabbit, a version of Zomo from the American South. Trickster tales provide a foundation for children's learning. They're important too for grown-up storytelling. Long before Zora Neale Hurston wrote her most famous novels, she worked to preserve Southern and Caribbean folktales. Chinua Achebe used Igbo animal stories as a basis for his most famous book, Things Fall Apart. They offered stories within the story. But few know that Achebe also wrote 3 children's books of his own and co-authored a 4th, drawing heavily on the animal trickster tradition. From Bugs Bunny to Mickey Mouse to Marvel Comics, one can find Afro-Atlantic folklore repackaged in the most surprising places. Even the modern movie trilogy mirrors the 3-part structure of Zomo's 3 challenges or any number of trickster tales. At an even deeper level, this borrowing and its popularity affirm the magic of the animal trickster tradition. Trickster stories bond together generations of storytellers. From elder to child, and even between children, these stories flourish until they become a part of all of us. As you grow to write your own stories, draw inspiration from what seem like simple animal stories. They have a wisdom you will never outgrow.
Okay.